Okay, I'm back where this lovely music is. And we collected something just down the side there last... Um... Oh, yes, we did go through there. We killed that guy and grabbed the chest as well. So there is music coming from the distance. We are making our way to that music. And one thing that we noticed last playthrough, just before I finished recording, didn't really go over it, but there's all this shiny shit over there, which definitely allured me. And what that is it's one of those goons in the water. So, there's going to be quite a few of those coming up. It's more of like a way that the game teaches you, hey, that water isn't as safe as you expect, home slice. So, and you can even see the little shinies to the left. There's about 5 of them over there with an item. There's some shinies to the right. I'm going to grab that item, but before I do, I'm going to cull the enemies in the area. And unfortunately, it's not a 2 or 3 shot kill on those enemies. It actually takes quite a few shots. So I am expecting to run into some resistance here. At the very least, I don't have enough stamina to get through that. The fact that it only would take 3 or 5 hits, so either I improve my endurance, I space out my shots a little bit more, or I upgrade my bow. But I truthfully cannot remember what in the name of Christ I was going to do with my bow. Okay, so that dude's gone. We might, no, we didn't, thank God. This area is a bit of an area in which you need to kind of calculate your way around. There's quite a lot of enemies that can deal significant damage to you. There's a lot of areas you can fall. As was outlined in last video, I had a look from the stairs above where the bonfire was, and you could see a lot of... Okay, it was just an effigy. That's not too bad. The outline while being up there was one of a lot of pitfalls and stuff around the outside. So generally what we want to do is we want to make sure that we stay along a pretty specific path. This path is just where all the rock is. Alright, well that was a nice little stab, I guess. Alright, so there's more sparkles around here, so we're going to finish him off. And there's another reason as to why we're doing this. Gonna kill him. Pop a life gem to keep our health topped up. And get rid of that little cursed pot. Not really a fan of becoming cursed. Crimson water. I don't really ever use those consumables, and I pretty much think that they're limited to PvP. And we got an NPC in here.
We knew you were coming, and stopped singing. We are Milfanito. We are here to sing to those bound by death and dark. We will sing here forever. We know nothing of, and why should we? Do you seek King Vendrick? But what is a king, after all? We know nothing of the world, for we will never leave here. When we sing, the little ones dance. The little ones grant comfort. This is what.
So a lot of the time I'll just kind of skip through the dialogue.
Is there anything wrong? Perhaps this will help.
Hey.
This is all. When we sing.
Yep, so she's just repeating herself, that's fine. Yeah, so generally I'll skip through the text a little bit, because I really shouldn't, but that's the speed in which I read. Well, not really, actually. I read a bit quicker, but something I do so I don't sit there for 3 minutes talking to an NPC who doesn't really provide us with much else other than some simple dialogue. Alright, once again we want to cull those things. So I'm going to just spend... Oh, he's framing out. Don't really want to worry too much about that guy all the way over on the right side here, but what I do want to do is I want to bring one of these... one of these guys to me. Just one. Dealing with all three of them at once is not advised, as they can hit quite hard. And even generally the smallest of enemies will cause problems en masse. So what we would like to do is just pick them off one by one if we're able to. So this guy should be next on our list because he's a bit further away. Wait till he comes close. So I kept my shield up there because I knew that he would attack me. And I knew I didn't have to stress too much about running out of stamina. So I'll do the same thing again. My shield's still up and I'm still able to stab him because I do have a rapier. Similar, if you have a spear, you're able to stab behind a shield. I don't believe I'll aggro those enemies on the left and right, so I can leave them behind, not worry about wasting any more arrows. And there's a chest just over here, but it's surrounded by more of these little dudes, so I'm going to kill them. I think it's just the one, actually, now that I have killed him. Watch the floor, we don't want to fall off the edge, which is easy to be seen just underneath the stamina bar. And we collect ourselves a dragon charm, something that I don't think I will ever use. Okay, so this is supposed to lure you in. Luckily I'm not that stupid. But I am stupid enough to want to go in there. So let's see if we can't pull one at a time. Does this pull just the one or them all? Just the one, I think. Now I'm almost certain there's nothing of worth in here, but hey, you know, we'll figure this out, won't we? The science. And he would have dropped an effigy, so that's not for nothing at least. There is a chest in there that I see just behind, just in front of the text on the floor. Oh, where that shadow is opening as well. So I think there might be one more in here. Oh, bleedstone. Interesting. Is this a mimic? It is not. So we can safely open this unless it's a trap. Awesome. So we're getting some, not here, fatty. We're getting some, Twinkling Titanite, which allows us to upgrade some of the more special weaponry if we ever do use it. I don't really think I use much, other than the rapier. Alright, so this is the next area in the Shrine of Amana. We're going to... There will be an enemy, I believe, who'll come in here with us. No. So what we're going to do is, because we haven't... Actually, no, I will rest at the bonfire. I wasn't going to rest at the bonfire purely because I didn't need to, but the only downside to not resting at the bonfire I could see was... Okay, so this guy's projectiles are quite slow. So generally we can dodge them after about 2 arrow shots. And then if we are put in a position where we can get the jump on him, or her, or whatever it is, we won't ever really need to worry about dodging them, because they're stun locked by some pretty easy stuff. Hey up, what the hell's going on over there? We got this big fucker over here that we don't really want to deal with too much. So we'll see if we can get around this area without aggroing him. That's kind of annoying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take refuge behind this column. I'm going to dodge this at the last second. And now I can get the jump on him a little bit. And every time he goes to fire a shot, we will hopefully, yeah, we didn't interrupt that shot, so it's a bit unlucky, but he'll die. And it's always nice to pick those guys off from a distance if you're able to, because you really don't want to try to dodge 4 or 5 things at once. So here's another one. So I'm going to have to dodge this one pretty quickly, unfortunately. I can get 3 shots off, give it a dodge. 2 shots off. Actually, it's a 1 shot. And I won't have to worry about that one. Awesome. Once again, I don't really want to aggro that guy. And I definitely don't want to aggro that guy as well. But there is something that we can achieve by... something we can get by heading down that area. You'll see this little shiny... Is it a shiny? Or it might just be a flower. But there is something down there that we can collect that we will... perhaps when we're a bit stronger, when we have less to kind of lose. That's really annoying. When we have a little bit less to lose. We have 2 of those cast enemies down there. So we're just going to space out our shots just a little bit. Because we're still going to be able to kill them. Okay, got a shot off, but we'll be able to kill it before we have to dodge, so... and then from here, we can see if we can pick this guy off. Now I'm going to use the fire arrows on this one. Thanks, fuck! Get out of my way! Alright, not long enough. That's fine. Whatever. Want to look at the floor when we're just walking around this area because I don't really want to fall. And we have one of these guys that will just kite around and get rid of. We're stunning with the bow. To pick ourselves up a wonderful human effigy. I'm going to hug this little pillar here just so I can stand behind something. Awesome, that's hitting them. So I'm just going to stand behind the pillar right here because if I ever have to have a projectile come towards me, I'll be like that. I'll be able to just kind of do that. Now I know there's going to be another one, but I can fire 2 arrows off. 3 actually by accident. And let that soak into the pillar. Once again, I really don't want to aggro that guy, so I'm going to make sure that I walk along this path just here. Always keep my eye on him. I'm going to pick up this item here. Oh, that's right, there's one in there. See if I can go for headshots here. It's not doing any additional damage, but it's dead. Alright, down that route there's a door behind a whole bunch of tree roots, and there's a bridge in which goes over where a dragon rider is, and we don't really want to deal with him for now. What we do want to do, I want to pick that up. That'll be another dragon charm, I think. Oh no, it won't. It's from a body. That's a fire seed, okay. Kind of useless as, once again, we're not a pyromancer. But it's not totally useless. Now we deal with this guy down here. Same sort of premise. We want to just always make sure that we can pick them off from a distance as best as possible. They're pretty easy to deal with if you get up close to them. But with this whole area, I find that I really don't want to be messing around with Okay, I did kill it. I really don't want to be messing around too much with that ogre over there, combined with a lot of those spellcasters. So in general, I try to avoid them as best as I can. Now, I don't think I'll actually be able to avoid pissing that thing off. So let me see if I can pull this guy towards me. I think he is coming towards me now anyway. Oh no, he's not. Let's see what we can do here. Is he going to follow me? Alright, well that's interesting. He's just shown me a way where I can walk a little bit easier. That might be a worthwhile shield. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm going to have to... that's annoying. Nothing a life gem or two can't really fix. So I'm just going to travel in this diagonal direction to definitely stay a little bit away from that thing. Oh, fuck. Wicked. Alright, now we have a summon sign here. Awesome. I might just cut the video here so we don't have this enormous part and then continue from just in this waterway here.